Yo, it is day 7 at Kilgore Shelter. The sun is so bright at like 6:45 in the morning. Justin.
I can barely open my eyes for the sun.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking bright. Holy shit. Why does the sunrise have to be right there? God damn it. Alright, I think it's time to get up, make some breakfast, start the day. Alright, so this morning I've already done about 4 miles now, and it's been about an hour and a half to hour 45 minutes. And I'm coming up to the next shelter called Story Spring Shelter. So I'll be waiting for Justin over there. This forest is amazing. I mean, it is one big green tunnel, but it's beautiful. Look at all these massive holes from woodpeckers or termites going all the way up this tree. Yo, these mangoes, sweet and dried mango, so good. Look at that. Can't even zoom. Can't even focus on the mango. That's how good it is. There it is. Story Spring Shelter. It's a smaller shelter than the previous one, but this is where I'll take a break to wait for Justin. Look at all those camp spots. There's a ton of them just spread out. I gotta check if something has bit me in my back. I don't know if I could see anything there. Turns out it's just a pimple. Yeah. Nothing to actually worry about. No ticks.
I was singing to myself the whole way here.
What were you thinking about?
Just singing.
You were thinking?
Different songs. Disney songs, regular songs, rock songs. Thinking about getting to the spot.
Man is eating nut. Yeah, I gave a guy a little mustache trim. His beard was curling into his lip, like into his mouth, and I told him, yo, I got all my tools with me, and he was like, dude, if you could just trim this up right here, man, all the food that's going into my mouth, it's like getting stuck in the hairs. Just chop all that off. I was like, all right, dude. Yeah, I was like, yeah, bro, I'll chop it off for you. No problem. So yeah, I did that, a little trail magic right there. Yeah, you guys don't believe me? I actually have all of my fucking tools with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop you.
Should I give this man a haircut? Just for fun, right now. Maybe I should.
Do whatever you want. Yeah. I'm good.
So this is our camp for the night. Right underneath Stratton Mountain. Got a nice little fire going. We also had a guy come here, a local guy. He was fishing. Well, that's really fucking bright. I'll just on my face like this. Yeah, he was fishing and he started talking to us and ended up camping out with us. He's got his tent set up over there, next to me. A little tent right there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So tomorrow I'm trying to wake up early, probably around like 5:30, and just go up Stratton. I want to get in some miles, probably like 17 miles to a parking lot, so that way I can get to Manchester. Justin's gonna take a little bit of a shorter route, and he's gonna get off. There's a Blue Blaze that can get him into town a little earlier. So it's also chilly, and the mosquitoes are getting me, so I kind of had to put on some stuff. Anyways, good night, and I'll log back in tomorrow morning. Alright, this is day 8. Made some oatmeal. Got some dried cranberries and honey almonds. Bacon flavored bits and honey seeds. Nice good high in fiber stuff. But I pack all my stuff. It is like almost 6 in the morning. And that's Justin right there. So we're about to hike up Stratton. That way. So just a little update, but last night when we were getting to the campsite that we were at, like a few miles before, I sat down to fill up water by a shelter, by the Story Spring shelter, and I left my my sweat towel that I was using to wipe my face off every time, and it was hanging off just like this. This is actually my buff that I'm using to, you know, control my sweat. But so I'm gonna have to get a new sweat towel, or just keep this, honestly, if this works. But I kind of want to separate my buff from my sweat towel, so you know I can use both, especially if it's like colder weather. I don't want my buff, if I'm wearing it, to be like super sweaty. And so I'm gonna have to get that, a new filter, new lighter, because I think mine's running out of gas. It's also always good to have 2 lighters instead of 1, just in case you lose one. You never know. You definitely want to have a lighter with you. So yeah. I am also going to be doing a pretty big resupply, and Justin, unfortunately, he's going to be going home once we get to Manchester today. So we're gonna stop at a hostel and take a shower, wash our clothes. But Justin needs to do some studying for a few of his exams. He just got his master's degree in special education, and unfortunately he can't continue the trail with me because of that. But I will be probably upping my miles, and hopefully by early September, I'm gonna be done. So this is the trail now. Going up to Stratton, all the way up. It's not uphill yet, but it will be much steeper. Right now, we just passed supposedly 2 water sources that were actually completely dry. So I'm hoping that the next water source, which is said to be a bog, I'm hoping that there's water there at all. And because I don't really have much water left, and the last water was a river that was about 0.5 from the campsite that we were at. So I'm hoping that there's water there now. And I'm also gonna change out of I got pants on and my hoodie shirt, my sun hoodie. So yeah, I'm gonna change out of those and put on my t-shirt and shorts. It was a little colder this morning. Okay, so this is the water source, and we have flowing water. This is actually really nice, and it looks like it's pretty clear water. It doesn't look brownish, but the only way to tell is to fill it up in the water bottle. So we'll see if it's brown or not. So Stratton Mountain is honestly not that bad of a climb at all, since it is stretched out within like 3.5 miles. It is a pretty tall mountain. It's just shy like 50 feet of 4,000. I think this forest, the mixture of pine trees and birch trees, makes up for the sweetest smell. It's so fresh, especially when you're going up in elevation. The smell of the air is just something else. I mean, just look at this forest. It's majestic. Guys, I think I see Bigfoot in the distance. Hold on. There he is. Oh my god, I think I found him. Sweetgrass?
Basically, sweetgrass is a type of grass that Native Americans use in spiritual ceremonies. It tends to smell very sweet, like a sweet sugary drink.
Nice, just made it to the fire tower. I'll put my pack down and climb up. The view's about to be crazy right now. You can see it behind me. How you doing, guys?
Hi, how are you?
Good? That blast This fly just decided to die right on this leaf, on this plant. That right there looks like a bear cave. Like somebody would be sleeping in there. Yeah. Finally, after walking 17 miles today, I have made it to the parking lot, and now I gotta find a hitch ride to Manchester. So, wish me luck. I'm just gonna stick my thumb up, and hopefully somebody picks me up. Well, I was unexpectedly picked up by a guy named Mark. He was just parked up in the parking lot of the trailhead, and he was kind enough to drop me off closer to the town, about a mile out. So I do still have a little bit of a walk to do. So I'm kind of just walking on the highway right now. And yeah, once I get into town, I'll go to the motel, get a room for Justin and I, and finally gonna have a shower, and we're gonna go get some dinner. Also, look how beautiful it is. These mountains all around. When we were driving, you could see all the mountains just insane, one after the other. It is officially day 9. We are in Manchester, and some laundry right now, and did some shopping at Price Chopper. About to go get my laundry and put it into the dryer.
And I'll get my shirt back.
Yeah, he's gonna get his shirt back. His parents are gonna come pick him up soon.
And we're gonna have some good dinner.
Probably gonna have some good dinner, yeah. Tomorrow I'm gonna be hiking up Bromley, and that's gonna be a beautiful hike. I might even stay up on Bromley. It's one of my favorite camping spots in the entire AT. So right in front of me, I have 1 day and 2 day. I'm not gonna be taking out my 3rd day just because I don't really want to take that out right now. But this is my setup for my day-to-day food consumption. And so usually for breakfast I like to have my oatmeal. I mix my oatmeals with some nuts, some granola, whatever. I also put a little thing of Skippy peanut butter, and I also will have a Reese's Puffs, bar or some kind of nature bar. So that's like in the morning when I start, and I also have some coffee with me, some packets of coffee. Then throughout the day, I'm snacking on some bars. I'm also going to be making tuna mixed with some mashed potatoes for lunch. I also have an extra tuna, to snack on. And then for dinner, I'm going to have this Peak Fuel. This Peak Fuel has an insane amount of calories. Per this entire package is 930 calories. So that is a lot. And these are pretty pricey. They're like $15 for one of these, but it's 2 servings, and it fills you up for the night, for the next morning. Day 2, kind of the same thing. These are the things that are going to be the common factor of all of these meals over here. So whenever I'm having like a smoked tuna, I will have a tortilla. I'll have that, and I'll put the smoked tuna in there, and maybe I'll put in some cheese. I usually take a pepper jack, or this is Monterey Jack cheese, jalapeno. So I'll usually put a piece of cheese in there, and maybe I'll have also, this is kind of to snack on if I'm just like I need something else. Also some salami. So a little packet of salami works. And I'm also carrying these seeds with me. These are really high in fibers, so you definitely want to have these, something to like add into your oatmeals, and just like kind of just a handful of these goes a long way for your health. Cranberries and sunflower seeds, all that kind of stuff, almonds. And I also have some extra Skippies and some breakfasts and some kind of bars just in that bag, just to have along with me, just in case. So yeah, 3 days of food. That's the third day of food right there, which I'm not gonna unpack, but it's basically the same thing as these. And there you have it. So that's the food that I will be taking with me for the next 3 days on the long trail. So from Manchester, I'm going into Rutland in 3 days. And yeah, so I'll see you guys back on trail. Also, just a quick update after Justin left with his parents, but I never ended up getting a motel in Manchester because, first of all, there was no more rooms left. Everything was already taken, and there was one hotel that had some space, but their rooms were like $300, and I'm good on paying $300 for a room for a night. Fortunately, Manchester has a VFW, and the VFW allows you to camp out in their backyard, and it's like, so my tent is right there. There is somebody else tenting along with me there. They have a bathroom, a little porta potty, and yeah, I'm just hanging out on the deck. So tomorrow I'll be already back in the woods.